Hey, what's up, guys? Jacob Barnhill here with the Barnhill team at EXP Realty. Today, I want to talk to you guys about another part of the selling process that helps sellers get up to 18% more with our team. So there's a lot that goes in. The point I always try to make is it's really easy for an agent to come in and just throw up another price that they think that to win the listing and say, hey, I can get you what the other agent tell you. Well, I could get this and not actually have any proof in the pudding. You guys need to be asking those questions before you hire your real estate agent. So one of those things we talked about on the last video was the importance of a pre-home inspection. Okay. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about today is the importance of really understanding your offers. Now, most agents, I would hope, would be able to walk you through the difference in some of these offers, but a lot of times what we don't see, and we know this because we make offers on properties for our buyers, is there's not really a very good process in place to handle the traffic that may come in. It may be a really hot property, and maybe they did have it listed at a good price that was going to generate traffic, and then all of a sudden 20 offers come in. Most agents are not built and do not have systems to run at a high level, in my experience, to get you the most amount of profit if it was something you wanted to do in the best way that we know how to handle 20 offers that might come in. Sometimes we can look at it with just 5 offers and really make that do well, even 2 offers. So it really, really is something that usually our listing coordinator and the agent that's listing your property, like, we're coordinating. When's the time? Is this the time? Is this now? And then sometimes, there's a couple different options. When you start getting multiple offers, or there's one offer and multiple showings, right? Sometimes our sellers might just choose the best offer that's coming in, right? Sometimes sellers might just take one and negotiate it. Sometimes we might call for a highest and best situation, and we say, hey, everyone, get your offers in by X amount of time based on the activity level we have on this property. And then we'll get back to everyone by this time. These are all these little things of setting expectations, even from agent to agent, that can really add up, and not setting false expectations, upsetting parties, and makes you put more money in your pocket at the end of the day, having this kind of stuff thought out and talked about on a situational basis. So let's talk about if we were to get a cash offer, right? We'll go into a highest and best situation a little more deep into a future video, but let's talk about if we actually got a cash offer, okay? And let's say that we were comparing that with some other offers. Now, if we had a cash offer that, let's say there was, they didn't want any assistance in closing costs, right? They didn't want they weren't worried about the appraisal. Usually it's the lender that's telling us that they want to have the property appraised, but sometimes um, uh, someone that comes in with a cash offer still might be interested in getting an appraisal, and might be contingent, meaning they wouldn't buy this property if they were paying too much over what the property was worth, even though they're paying cash, right? So it could be contingent on that. It could be contingent on the cash might be coming from another sale of a home. So the cash is there, but it's not in their pocket or their bank account, right? Um, you know, uh, and sometimes it might still be contingent on due diligence, meaning inspections and things like of that nature. So our offers can really depend, and it really depends on your goals. As part of our job when we come meet with you is to really figure out what works best. A lot of people, I think, look at real estate agents, that and they don't know how all this works. Sometimes they're just going to put a sign in the yard and they're going to put it in the MLS, right? A true professional should be able to sit down with you, because we want to be your eyes and ears and an extension to your brain in the field. When we're seeing things, we have to, guys, we have to give you all offers. We have to disclose everything. But we also, once we know a little bit more about your situation, we don't need to know everything about your life, but we need to know certain things that are going to be critical in this process so that when we're making recommendations, right, we could teach you all of real estate and it would probably be very overwhelming. But a lot of times we can make specific recommendations while we're giving you the disclosure, while we're advising you, so that you can make the best decisions within the context of what we know about your given situation. So also a whole other video topic on the questions that we'll ask before we come out and once we're actually out at the house with you. We'll cover those in some future videos. So let's talk again about this cash offer. If we had an offer that was, they're not asking for closing costs, they're all cash, and they're at the price that you are listed for, okay, and they're not asking for any assistance from you, the seller, our buyer's not asking any closing cost assistance from you. They do want to get inspections. And let's say they still are contingent on getting an appraisal done. They want to make sure they're not overpaying too much for the property. But here's the benefits of this offer so far is that we don't have a lot of lending criteria here. Now, if your house is in great shape, we may not have anything to worry about likely, right? These are some good things that a good agent will be able to help you foresee. If we know there's a few things that need to be done, and let's say this cash offer, he said, he's as is, but he still wants to get his inspections done, right? He's got a couple options here. So we have someone that says we're still going to get our inspections, but we're not asking for anything. This is pretty much what he's saying, right? So if that kind of offer comes in and he still wants to get an appraisal, wants to close in about 30 days. Typically we see 30 to 45 day closings from the time we're actually getting a contract from a buyer. That's normal. And let's say that works for your time frame. That's actually a pretty strong offer right there, right? Now, well, let's say that our cash offer is contingent on selling a home, all the same terms, but our cash offer, he needs to sell to get that cash. We want to start verifying those funds. Number one, we want to make sure, there's a lot of times I know that real estate professionals won't actually go out and verify, hey, could you tell me this looks like a good offer potentially, but I want to go verify those funds. And I've had the agents on the other side that they're helping them buy the one that you have listed, but the one that they're selling is in Tennessee and they're not on that deal. Well, I have them, coordinate that or give me the information that I need, and I want to see either a payoff letter from the bank that they're free and clear. They can go get a couple different things there, or and actually go get me what they're actually listing the property for. Are they currently under contract? Have they gone through their inspections? What's the address? And I want to go look at this thing online. Is it a house that needs a lot of work? Do I foresee problems? So it could look good on paper, but in reality, this stuff may not be what we want to get into, right? So let's say that they aren't even on the market yet. This is $1 million home that they're trying to sell in Tennessee. $1 million homes might take 90 days to sell for that given area. All stuff that I would want to connect with that other agent on before we accepted a contract, and then bring that information back to a client and start talking to them about what they want to do. If you need to be out of Dodge, you need to be moved in the next 30 to 60 or maybe even 90 days. That means we are riding the line at the 90 days and there's no flexibility. Even though that might put more money and have a lot less red tape, we want to highly consider taking that offer and really ask ourselves, is this what we want to do? Can we just move? Are we willing to potentially carry some costs if we're trying to buy the next home? What are these things that we're going to end up in? So a good advisor is going to help you kind of play a little bit of chess with your situation. If we do this, then this could be some possible outcomes and some things that you might want to consider. So is the cash offer, there's could be so many examples with the cash offers, guys. The main thing is you want to verify where funds are coming from. You want to know who you're working with to some degree, right? You want to take a lot of things into consideration, even if it's not cash, right? But there's a lot of questions that we want to make sure that we are asking to make sure that we're getting into a good situation. So the answer, of course, Is it depends? Is the cash offer the best offer? These are just a very few things that you want to consider. So hopefully today's tips were helpful for you guys. Stay savvy out there, all you homeowners. And if you guys need help from our team so you can get more for your home, reach out to us with the number below in the description and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.